Sunday, like always, Lufthansa Group update. Let us talk about the week, what happened during the strike, what were the problems we were facing as passengers. Another topic is the fleet of Eurowings, not Discover, Eurowings, big difference. And we look a little bit closer to the Boeing 747-400 of Lufthansa. What are the destinations if you want to fly with the old queen of the skies? Very difficult to say, old queen for the skies. And the German government is reducing the influence in Lufthansa as well by selling shares. And Tastefully Austrian, that is the new tasting Heimat that Austrian Airlines business class passengers on short and medium haul flights will find. My name is Lars. I'm here to bring you more miles, more points, and more status. This said, like always, please do not forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, leave us a comment, and hit the like. Thank you for doing so. The first topic is, of course, the strike we had to face as passengers on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, 3:45 Frankfurt time, the passengers had to enter the halls to empty places. The check-in agents were gone, other people were gone. 20,000 ground workers of Lufthansa were not coming to work because they were on strike. They are fighting for more money. 10%, approximately 9.5 pay rise, and 135 passengers were affected and having trouble to fly. And unfortunately, it was not only that Lufthansa flights were cancelled, it was also that other airlines had to cancel because Lufthansa was doing their check-in. For example, United in Munich, I know that they're doing it. And Swiss and Austrian were suffering as well. The first sufferings were, of course, starting on Tuesday, and there are still some people who suffered after Thursday when they came back at 6 o'clock in the morning to work. But this Wednesday was a nightmare. There was no alternatives to travel, and we had to make the best out of it. I hope that you were not struggling too much and were not affected too much by this Lufthansa strike. But if you have been, please comment and we can discuss it. That is a Lufthansa Group update. Yes, there we talk only about Lufthansa. The German government is reducing the influence into Lufthansa as well. We had a so-called Wirtschaftsstabilisierungsfonds, which is a fund which is stabilizing the economy. During COVID, the German government paid to German companies money that they will survive, but that was not money which was just spent and given and say, do whatever you want. No, it was a credit line, and Lufthansa had a credit line as well of up to nearly 10 billion euros. They didn't even use 4 billion, if I'm not mistaken. And the German government took some part of the company. They said they own 20%. Now they reduced the 20% to less than 10%. Before they sold it, they had 14.1% to be correct. And this said, they made already more money than they gave the Lufthansa people. I don't know if Jutta Dönges, that is the CEO of the finance agency, put in the inflation. But I think that they made quite a good share, as the shares of Lufthansa did perform very well. Latest in October 2023, the money has to be completely back to the government by selling the shares. So we will see that the government has, starting from 1st of November, no influence in Lufthansa anymore. And that is what made Lufthansa survive. And it was a good survival because the German government made money. We, the people, didn't pay like so often when we pay into companies to keep them afloat, that we have to pay on top again and again and again. No, in this case, we made money, so it was a good deal. And even if you want to lose money, you found an airline. In that case, it was not true. If you are flying with Austrian Airlines is for me kind of, they are synonymous with really great food. And especially in business class, I like their food a lot. And now again, they have the new business class meals. Lufthansa had tasting Heimat, and a lot of Germans are not really happy with it for two reasons. Number one is, why do you do Dinglish, German English, Deutsch English, Dinglish? Because when it's tasting Heimat, what does it mean? It does mean that you taste your home country or your homeland. And why don't you make it just some German word for it? Because it's German airline. And Austrian went on the same trip and calls it Tastefully Austrian. There's even no Austrian word in it. In Germany, it would be Tastefully Österreich, if you would say that. And I think this Dinglishing is not very good. But anyways, the food itself is really good. When you're on short and medium haul flights, you get these food, and they have an option on short flights up to 50 minutes. You get so-called Handgepäck. That is not Handgepäck, which would be hand luggage. It is hand rolls or hand bread. And as you have mostly no time to eat yourself directly when you're on short haul flights, like Vienna to Budapest would be an option for the 50 minutes, or other flights would be Munich or Zagreb. And we are talking about 50 minutes, which are the block times. And this means that you get something nice. If you are on flights from 50 to 80 minutes, there you get something really nicer. That would be fresh muesli. Then you get ham, which is hand-cutted with fresh kren. Kren is radish. And pokebowl with smoked salmon. The cold menus are really, really nice. Sachertorte, which is the famous Vienna cake. Just a nice heavy chocolate cake. Panna cotta, of course, you know. And Apfelstrudel, that is the Apfelstrudel, how do you call it in English? I don't know. Apfelstrudel is Apfelstrudel, but you see the picture. And from that on, you see other things. If you have longer flights, 80 minutes and more, then you get, for example, international stuff. I don't know if a sausage would be called international, but when you get salmon fillet with estragon, mustard, beurre blanc, and lentils, broccolini, and roasted potatoes, that is something which sounds really, really great, and I'm really looking forward. On flights from Vienna to Cairo, to Amman or Tel Aviv, you get even more. On flights which are 3 hours and more, you get a 2-course menu. You get a bread trio, they call. Then you get, of course, some butter for it, and they call it Aufstrich, which would be, in my opinion and my impression, something like hummus or so. Then you get Tafelspitz or Schlutzkrapfen, and you get some Austrian Apfelstrudel again, and Kaiserschmarrn. So it's a kind of a repetition, of course, but you get add-ons and it gets more. For my taste, I like it, and I hope that you will enjoy it as well. An airline we have to talk about at this point is Lufthansa Eurowings. Lufthansa Eurowings is not to compare with Lufthansa Discover, or they call it in Lufthansa Disco. This is an airline which is for long haul. So let us look at this airlines and the aircrafts they offer. Because when Eurowings when they came into business, they were completely away from Lufthansa. It was a competition. Then they got bought, and they got more and more into the low-cost offering of Lufthansa. But now I even see the tendency that Lufthansa flights will be changed to Eurowings. So first it was that decentralized flights, which were between Düsseldorf and Hamburg or other destinations which are not Lufthansa hubs, that would be done by Eurowings. But now Eurowings is flying into the hubs as well. And I'm thinking that this will get more and more, because Eurowings is producing cheaper than Lufthansa itself. And the low-cost carrier Eurowings is a key member, of course, of the Lufthansa Group for that, which has more than 100 aircrafts at their disposal. The airline caters to European leisure markets for passengers looking to travel on a budget. But when I'm flying on a budget, and why do I have a connecting flight with Eurowings when I come from Lufthansa first class? It makes no sense, and you even then have trouble to get into the lounge. In recent years, Eurowings has diversified its network, also include operating bases outside of Germany, as well opening a long-haul division, which is the Discover, and Stockholm would be one of the outside Germany bases. And they have at least numerous aircraft, which are 116 according to CH Aviation in their fleet. The planes are spread across just 6 aircraft types, which is 2 being dominant forces and 4 playing far smaller role. Let's begin when we see the rare ones. And the rare ones would be from TUI, the wet leases. It's 737-800s with the registration Alpha Bravo Mike Quebec and Alpha Bravo Kilo Juliet. They even have Eurowings painting. And these twin jets have been flying for Eurowings since September 2020 or in March, and both are based in Cologne when you look at flight radar. The remainder of the fleet primarily are A320 family jets. The rarest of the German low-cost carrier is the stretched A321, the longest version of it, which Eurowings has only 2. However, these 200-seat twin jets are both presently in storage in Berlin. Both examples flew from Kaunas in April 2022, following almost 2 years of storage in the Lithuanian city. When we look more, we will see that they got the first of 3. The first 3, so that is correct. The first 3 of the 8 A320neos, an aircraft type that recently debuted on the Düsseldorf-Mallorca route, and then they have 10 A220-300s from Air Baltic. That is a wet lease. I don't understand why they don't take more A220-300s from like Air Baltic does, because I think it complements the fleet very well, and especially is for destinations which are not so passenger heavy. And it's, of course, an aircraft which has a lot of potential. But the dominating aircraft would be the 320ceo, which is the current engine option. The old version, it's 59% of its total fleet. 13 are registered with Eurowings Europe, which are serving non-German bases. And there are some registered in Austria with the Oscar Echo prefix. Further, 13 of Eurowings are also registered with other carriers, namely Avion Express Malta. So they have Maltese, and the average age is 11.3 years. That said, I think, of course, that there will be a renewal of Eurowings fleet as well coming. Oh, my lamp is a little bit on the... I have to make it a little bit more... the scroll. Anyways, I think that Eurowings will get new aircraft because they got now a lot of aircraft which have been used in Lufthansa main fleet and just got kicked over. We will see how that works and goes on. But this said, we have to get used to the idea that when you book Lufthansa, you will sit in Eurowings, unfortunately. Very sad situation. Another sad situation is the 747-400, and it is sad in my opinion because the aircraft is such a magnificent aircraft. The 747-400 is the aircraft which I personally use more to start my journey as a frequent traveler, and I did fly with the 747-400s mostly to Dubai, to Los Angeles. Los Angeles was my main route, and they are really, really nice aircraft, but they are getting rare. And German flag carrier is having one of the most of them still operating for passenger carrying flights. And the aircrafts are in average 22.3 years old. Let us see where they are flying to. And like I said, the destinations they are most flying to, that was Dubai. Yes, and when you look at it, it's Dubai International Airport, the most common destination when it comes to the usage of 747-400s. Indeed, 4 of the 8 aircraft, this Middle Eastern app is the most visited destination, because when you go to the Victor Mike or to the Victor Uniform, is a top list with 56 flights this last year. Unbelievable, isn't it? And the other aircraft that have Dubai as their most visited destinations, the Tango Kilo and Tango Lima, with 44 and 46 flights in the last 12 months. Even for the aircraft that fly to other destinations more often, Dubai always ranks highly and never lower than 6. Dubai, I think that Dubai is for the 747-400 a perfect destination, because especially in winter when it's a heavy passenger route, it gives the people really a nice experience. Of course, the business class, but for 6 hours, who cares? It's fine, it's okay. Other destinations which are flown, I think I did with the 747 in the new configuration lately. Los Angeles is coming. Then we have Bombay. Then we have Delhi. We have other destinations in North America like Toronto. Then we have Boston, New York. That are very heavy 747-400 destinations. What is your favorite destination with the 747-400? Are you going to fly with the 747? And what do you make out of the usage of the 747-400s for Lufthansa? You ever have flown on the aircraft? And if, where to? Yeah, let me know. I'm interested. Let us know what you think and what you think about the experience. And don't mix it up with the 747-8, because the Dash 8 is a little bit a different aircraft. It's a newer generation, it's a later generation, and they will get the new business class seat, what the 400 will not get, and even the first class maybe. So stay tuned. This said, today's episode, Frequent Traveler TV takeoff, Lufthansa Group update on the Holy Sunday. Do not forget to subscribe, to hit the notification button, and of course leave us a like, and you know it, comment. See you tomorrow for the Lufthansa mileage highlights, and maybe on the regular table, Frankfurt, Munich, Stockholm, Helsinki, Los Angeles, and maybe Vienna. New rumor. I will spread the rumor. Regular table in Vienna. See you. Bye.